Hello, brothers and sisters. This is Preacher Ed from South Valley Neighborhood Church. I wanted to do a little monthly lesson, but I thought I'd call it this time more what I'm going to be doing is even a shorter message because I want it to be food for thought. You can say, no, Ed, you're just getting lazy. Well, I've got a pretty big plate full of things I have to do because we have a church and I'm one of the preachers at our church. And it's very important to try to have food for the church. And I'm not talking about physical food, I'm talking about spiritual nourishment for the church. But if I can give some people out there some food for thought, maybe it would help them make a decision. Of course, we would love to have you if you did make a decision to come to South Valley Neighborhood Church. And if you leave me a message on YouTube, I'll promise you I'll be very, very grateful to get back to you on it. I wanted to talk about kind of something that I always think about, and that's how frustrating it must be for God thinking about the fact that so many people are not going to make it into the kingdom of heaven. Wide is the way to hell, and narrow is the little way into the kingdom of heaven, even though he basically has done everything that is possible. In fact, he has done things to the point that you got to ask yourself, if I were God, I'd go, what is it that you expected? What do you want me to do? There's nothing more I can do. Well, Ed, there's plenty of things he could have done. He could have just made it, free and this and that. No, actually, it is free. We don't pay anything to get into heaven. Yeah, you got to straighten up and fly right. No, I don't know anybody that has straightened up. Flesh cannot, in my flesh dwelleth no good thing. No one gets their flesh holy. Flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven. But if you look in Romans chapter 1, verse 20, it says this, in case someone says, well, I just didn't know, I didn't understand. That isn't going to work either. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. There's no hiding. There's no mystery. Everything proclaims God. No, you can say, oh, there are a lot of people that just never understood or believed. Everybody believes. They don't want to be with him is the problem. They don't get enough ego out of being with God when they feel they are so talented and so beautiful and so this and that. Run around thinking about how great they are, and here's a God that wants some kind of a a person that wants people to worship him. If you don't think he deserves worship, I don't know what you think deserves worship. I know this, there's a lot of people that worship mankind. There's a lot of people that start to cry when they see a movie star. They just love them so much. Or they love sports players, or they love politicians, or they love anything, but not the actual creator of the universe. I'll read this again. For the invisible things of him, everything that he never has just said, are clearly seen. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen. Creation itself cries that God created it. No, I'd rather believe that, what caused the Big Bang? Before the Big Bang, there was nothing, and then there was a Big Bang. So nothing caused the Big Bang. Nothing made the universe. Is much better for some to believe than God made the universe. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, by the animals, by the beautiful clouds and sunsets that we have, by the magnificent universe and our beautiful galaxy and our beautiful solar system and all these awesome things that God has for us to look and see that proclaim him as the creator, not nothing, which most people, no, Ed, how do you know? Because wide is the way to hell, and many there be that go that way. Narrow is the way to heaven, and few there be that find it, and don't want to find it. It says, being clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. God showed it to us. Look in Ephesians, I believe it's Ephesians, chapter 1. And in verse 21, it says, far above all principalities and powers and might and dominion and every name that is named, not only in this world, but also in the world to come, and hath put all things under his feet, and gave him to be the head over all things to the church, Jesus Christ, which is his body, the fullness of him that filleth all in all. The fullness of him that filleth all in all. He is all and in all. Now, it's, special people that got chosen, and these are special people. No, it's not. Oh, Ed, you must just think you could just do anything you want and be any way you want and think you're going to make it into heaven. I try, but I don't succeed in purifying my flesh any more than anyone else, and I'm not going to lie about it. But I do know this. I'm willing to admit that I'm not perfect. Most people can't do that. Most people don't want to say, I need a gift. I need love. I need someone that will take me as I am without one plea. I have no hope other than the price that Christ paid on that cross. I can't claim goodness. And, well, you know, the church I go to, we got a lot of good people there. Okay. Alrighty. There are none good, no, not one. All have sinned and come short of the glory of God. There are none good. No, not one. One more scripture. Lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds. In other words, if I'm not going to lie, that's how I put off the old man. I'm not going to pretend anymore. Is that what the old man used to do? Do you know how many pretenders there are nowadays? Pretending that they have attained holiness. Well, I'm pretty close compared to you, Ed. Well, good luck. Maybe you are. Lie not one to another, seeing that ye have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in the knowledge after the image of him that created him. Want holiness? It's by believing in him that created me or you. That's the holiness, to believe. We're not saved by works. No one is saved by works. We're saved only by our faith. Now look, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in his knowledge after the image of him that created him. This is a very astounding verse here, where there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, or whatever you're so proud of about yourself, your race, your heritage, your culture, and all the things that we like to think make us special, don't mean crap. Where there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, barbarian, Scythian, bond nor free, but Christ. But Christ is all and in all. He is all and in all. What does that mean? Doesn't matter about what kind of flesh you have. He's in you, but you won't admit it. Most people will not admit it and know that they know the truth, but they will not say it. He's not only all in you, but all in everybody else. But they won't admit it unto salvation. Believe in our heart, confess with your mouth. Look, if he is all and in all, there's an interesting thing. If you say you don't want to be a Christian, you don't want to be saved, You don't believe in any of that nonsense, that old ancestry nonsense. The old timers believed I'm a new man in a new world where we just went around the moon and all these interesting, great things that we did as mankind, which don't mean jack to God, to be honest with you. All our little accomplishments mean almost nothing except our relationship with Him. Christ is all and in all. You know, that would mean that He is all around us and in us. Everything is made up of Him. And you think about when He spoke the world into existence, and it's solidified into matter. At first it was light, which is energy, and then it began to solidify into matter. And matter filled emptiness, creating space and time, energy, gravity, everything that makes up creation. And He is all and in all. He's all of the universe. In all of the universe and all of the universe, in every living creature, in every atom, in everything. He is all and in all. So when you tell Him that you do not want to believe in Him or be with Him, you don't believe in any of that nonsense, even though you have no excuse not to. Where do you want to go? I don't want to be with God. I don't choose God. Okay, where would you like to go? Because He's all and in all. You know, you talk about what is hell. I don't know what hell is. Maybe it's a star that collapsed and became a black hole. And in that black hole, in the very center, there's a singularity where the entire matter of that star collapsed into a point that has no dimensions at all. Time doesn't exist there. Energy does not exist there. What else? What else doesn't exist there? I wrote down. Material matter does not exist there. Not even space exists there. It's a singularity. Maybe you could exist in a singularity because there's nothing there. You wouldn't have to put up with God there, I guess. There's nothing in there. There's no dimension, no space, no matter, no nothing. You know, what do you want God to do? Well, I just don't want to be with Him. Where are you going? That's all I got to say. Where are you going? Choose God. Father in God, forgive us for being stubborn. Forgive us for our pride. Please, Lord, help us and guide us to humble ourselves in our belief of You and share it with everybody that we know, Lord. For it's in Jesus Christ's name I pray and give you thanks. Amen.